Thank you for tuning in today. I'm Doug Fields, and this is my good buddy Josh Griffin, and we're both big-time fans of HomeWord, as well as your host for the amazing virtual benefit.
Doug, I am so excited to be here. I've always loved this movie.
I don't even know what you're talking about, Josh.
Homeward Bound? It's on my top 10 list of all-time favorite movies. I love dogs, and when Willie saves Tommy, I'm sorry, it was beautiful. I cried.
Josh, we are not a movie. We're a ministry, and it's not HomeWord, it's HomeWord, W-O-R-D. We're about serving the home and with God's Word, and we focus on parenting and marriage, and you ought to look into it.
All right, I appreciate the pro tip, Doug, but I don't think I need it. I mean, they say the third time's the charm. I am on my third marriage of her being the one. So, good. HomeWord. Seriously, it is a great movie. It's a catchy name.
Let's start over. Okay?
All right.
Start over. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the HomeWord Virtual Benefit on behalf of Jim Burns and Josh Griffin. I'm Doug Fields.
Hey, you said Jim Burns. Where is that guy? I love him. He was so great in that movie.
Josh, he's not in any movie. He's the founder of HomeWord. He's the big dog.
The big dog in the movie, right?
No, you've met him before. He's a little older, bald.
Okay, wait. You just described yourself. So he's a little older and a little more balding than you. I doubt it. I'm not sure that is humanly possible. Now, is he going to be here?
Absolutely. We couldn't do this without him. But because of COVID, he's a little older in the endangered species category, and he needs to be socially distanced. And because, we're a nonprofit, we had to put him to work.
Doug, remind me what we're doing here again. I'm sorry, I am so distracted, and all I can think about is when Jimmy falls into the river and Skylar, the big dog like Jim Burns, saves him. It's so good.
Josh, we are hosting a virtual benefit, okay? And because of that, let's start by presenting the top 5 benefits of going all digital this year.
Here we go. Number 5, you don't have to wear pants. Because of COVID, I haven't worn pants since March.
Number 4, 2 words, mute button. The most powerful button ever made. Just don't mute our part.
Number 3, mask or no mask. That's the great debate, and it doesn't matter because you're in your own house. Freedom!
Number 2, bathroom breaks whenever you want. Just don't leave your camera on.
Did you see that was number 2 and you're talking about
Hey-o.
And the number 1 benefit to this event going online, drum roll please, you don't have to make small talk with Jim Burns, and you can just donate to a great organization and have hours of your life back instead of going to a fancy and expensive location that was going to serve rubber chicken anyhow. That was a mouthful.
Hey, chicken aside, I actually love our annual gathering with HomeWord friends and donors, but this year, because we're doing it online, there's actually so many more people involved, so welcome. Whether this is your first time hearing about HomeWord or you've been one of our faithful donors and friends for over the past 30 years, we are so honored that you would join us at this HomeWord event.
Oh, it's such a great movie.
And on that note, it's time for the news.
Here is some good news. Toilet paper is finally back in stock at Costco. Apparently the coronavirus isn't connected to diarrhea after all.
That is good. Also good news, movie theaters are opening, kinda, sorta, some of them.
Fabulous. I know a great movie for you to go see.
Good news, beaches are open.
Good news, Downtown Disney is open.
Good news, Jim Burns recently got a hair transplant.
That's not true. There's no way. Yeah, I think you're just jealous of Jim's hair. I think both of you could actually raise more money for Homeward Bound if you were better looking.
Well, folks, here's the best news. The best news is that we are an incredible organization at HomeWord continuing to help families 24/7, 365 days a year. People actually connect with HomeWord every single day. Lives are being helped, and we are offering hope. And in our short time together, we want to convey to you that not everything sucks. And normal, everyday people like you and me, we can actually make an eternal difference through the ministry of HomeWord.
You know what doesn't suck? Homeward Bound. Jinx. Oh, it's amazing. We're so close that sometimes we finish each other's sandwiches. That's what I was going to say. And I'm also very hungry right now. Do we have any rubber chicken anywhere?
In all seriousness, we don't need to tell you that it's been a wild 2020. We're weeks away from possibly the weirdest election in history, and we're still dealing with COVID and race tensions and protests and schools pivoting and families totally stressed out. And while we're having a little bit of fun right now, we don't forget what's happening in our world. But We actually really want you to enjoy the next 45 minutes with some fun and a lot of hope and definitely inspiration as we celebrate the family and what God is doing through HomeWord this year and in the seasons ahead.
Absolutely. And at the end of the program, you will have an opportunity to learn how you can partner with HomeWord, whose resources are needed more than ever right now in this world. Whether you're hosting a watch party, hanging with friends, or just chilling out at home by yourself, we hope that in just a few minutes from now, you will feel hopeful and excited about all that God is doing. And that sometime soon, you'll watch the incredible comedy adventure film. And from 1993,
Let it go.
Homeward
Let it
Bound.
go. Wait, Jim,
No,
do not
don't
touch that.
Oh. Josh? Doug? Hey, what are you doing emceeing the HomeWord benefit? I thought that's us. I mean, we do all of the Refreshing Your Marriage conferences. No offense, but I think the audience wants someone a little younger, cooler.
Better looking, perhaps.
He said it.
I
not
did.
me. But we'll take it from here,
Yeah,
all
we
right?
got it.
You guys
Yeah,
enjoy.
ciao.
Thanks, you guys, for joining in. Sorry for the interruption. I'm Michelle. This is my husband, Kelly.
Hi. Since Doug and Josh have already introduced the program, maybe we can tell you a little bit about what HomeWord means to us.
Yeah, we've been attending Refreshing Your Marriage conferences for the last 5 or 6 years, emceeing about 4 of them. And so we are big fans of what Jim and Doug have to teach all of us, and Megan, of course.
Megan, yeah. And one of the things that we learned was the fact that our time and attention to our spouses mean so much. In fact, they gave us these little pop socket stickers that say be present, so we put them on the back of our phones so that whenever we're at coffee or sitting at dinner table, instead of looking at our phones, we can be present with our spouse.
Exactly. Not only has HomeWord been a strong factor in our marriage, but HomeWord has even been more important to us now that we have our firstborn, Deacon.
That's right. I can't wait for you to meet him.
Do you want to meet him?
Do you? Huh?
Of course you do. It's a baby.
And he's squishy. Love it. Let's go. Oh,
big boy.
He is a big boy. Say hi, Deacon. Say hi to all your friends. This is Deacon. We made this.
Yes, we did.
Yes, we did. With lots of practice.
Oh my gosh.
Anyways, we want to bring this guy up to be a God-honoring, responsible kid who makes great decisions and lives with fewer regrets. That's why we know we're in good hands with HomeWord.
And we know that one of the major focus points of HomeWord in the coming years is focusing on what they call next generation parents, aka
Us.
People who want to do their best to be great parents. So we are very grateful that HomeWord does all that they do to support us and this next generation.
That's right. If you're new to HomeWord, or if you've been around for a while, there's a 3-minute video that describes the mission and passion that HomeWord has to offer. So check it out. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Bye. Bye.
Like, we knew that something was broken and we didn't know how to fix it.
I felt during that time isolated and kind of completely separated from her life.
I was going down the path of an emotional affair.
Kind of led separate lives at that point. It was just survival.
And it was perfect because I was already starting to feel more hopeful, and it just felt like a great kickstart, I think, or it really was actually refreshing.
Again, she's my best friend, and we're awesome.
All of us know someone who has gone through the pain of a broken family experience. And even if a family is intact, navigating the pressures of today's culture is just plain difficult. But there is hope. The great news is that God redeems and heals what is broken. We want to help families succeed. And when you change the family, you change the world. We started HomeWord because we had a passionate need to want to help the adults who loved on kids. Now, of course, would be their parents, and it would also be youth workers, family ministry people. And so as we started doing these trainings, we realized more and more that actually parents needed help too, and we weren't spending much time in the parent category. We have a phrase at HomeWord that says, one of the purposes of the church is to mentor parents. Parents mentor their children, and the legacy of faith continues to the next generation. It's how it's always been. Years ago, we started a transition toward 4 values: strong marriages, confident parents, healthy leaders, and empowered kids. We're all about that. We're excited about building content all around that. We're going to change the world with those 4 values. HomeWord serves the family and local church in many ways. We have over 3 million resources in print worldwide. We have over 1 million visitors to homeword.com per year. We speak to over 150,000 people live each year, and we're the largest provider of parenting seminars in the United States.
What we're called to do is so massive that people often ask, how do you know if you're even making any difference? How do you know if you're moving the needle at all? Well, we're about 1%. If we can affect the divorce rate with 1%, we can impact over 1.5 million children.
Well, I have often said to people that one of the highlights of my life is working alongside Doug Fields. Today, worldwide, he is the leader when it comes to youth ministry and youth ministry training, and he's moving so quickly toward becoming a major leader in the world of family ministry. I've known him since he was in middle school. He was a little crazy then, and he's still a little crazy.
When I was a teenager, I was introduced to Jesus through Jim's teaching. And ever since then, I've just had this deep affection for him as a friend, as a person, as a teacher, as a mentor, as a hero. And it's so easy to follow him and to learn from him and to be a part of HomeWord with him. But when I speak about marriage or parenting, it's more significant. It feels more profound because I've helped them put a stake in the ground and make some changes that are going to impact them for the rest of their life and leave a legacy. That's what HomeWord's all about, is changing the legacy. I'm just thrilled and honored to be a part of a ministry that cares so deeply about families.
Hi, I'm Becky Dean, and this is my husband Todd. We're so honored that you're joining us for the HomeWord Virtual Benefit. We hope you have an enjoyable evening and come alongside and support this awesome ministry helping families.
Hi, I'm chairman of the board at HomeWord, and on behalf of the board, I want to welcome you to this virtual benefit. We're really excited to have you join us. Of course, this is a very unique way for us to share our message, but we're excited for you to hear about who HomeWord is, what we do, and experience a little bit about HomeWord. Becky and I have been involved with HomeWord for over 20 years, and we have benefited from HomeWord personally, both in our marriage and with our children, and now we have grown adult children, and we still get resources from HomeWord that continue to help us. But even more so, as we've participated in the ministry, both financially and with our time, we've experienced firsthand just the stories and heard the stories of countless families who have been impacted by what HomeWord does in their ministry. And so we're excited for you to hear that and see that, and hope that you will choose to join HomeWord as a financial partner. We believe in the mission, we believe in the vision of HomeWord. The team is an incredible team. You will see them, hear from them. Jim and Doug have been doing this for a long, long time. And their fingerprints are all over this ministry, and their legacy of faith and ministry and what they've done and impact on families is going to go on for generations.
Thanks, Todd. Thank you, Becky. Your leadership is so important to HomeWord. We're so thankful for your words and your prayer today. It's true, Jim. You are surrounded by some incredible people here at HomeWord, don't you think?
You're right. Well, our board.
Yeah.
We've had some of these people for a long time. I've had a board for over 30 years. They are amazing people. They are generous. They are supportive. They hold us accountable. There's a scripture that I shared at the very first board meeting, and I said, where there is no counsel, the people fall, but in the multitude of counselors, there is safety. And I think one of the reasons why HomeWord has done so well is because we have the safety of really their integrity in many ways. Plus, we've got a team that's awesome.
Absolutely. What a gift to our organization. It's true. All right, Jim, I know you. You're not much of a worrier, but I mean, we got COVID-19, coronavirus, and all the other stuff cooking in the world right now. You have to have some concerns.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, I do have concerns, Josh. I have concerns about the family. I think the family is struggling in ways that's never happened, but it's not just COVID and experiences. I think it's the narrative. So it was once said, whoever controls the narrative controls the world. And I think the narrative right now is kind of negative. And I would like to see us as Christians get involved with a positive family values negative, the kind of values that the people who are watching this. And I think that's really, really key and critical. And I want HomeWord to continue to do that and be a part of it.
It's been a crazy year, and I noticed in HomeWord's Culture Update that comes out every single week that 4 out of 5 families are experiencing severe stress. Like in this COVID crazy season, it is stressful.
Yeah.
So what has HomeWord done to pivot into that mess?
Well, you're right. I mean, there's a lot of stress, and there's even now more stress as that 4 out of 5. That's huge. And so things like porn up, domestic violence up, school crazy, just the craziness.
We have Zoom in every room.
No,
in the Griffin
exactly.
house.
Speaking of Zoom, we needed to pivot. So about a week into this, we pivoted early. We pivoted toward, doing webinars on Zoom. Awesome. And people came. And they just kept coming. So we kept doing webinars, and we're now continuing to do webinars.
I love it.
And it's pretty remarkable that they're coming, not just from the United States, but from around the world. It's crazy how that works.
I love how quickly HomeWord pivoted into that need. Like, that was early.
Well,
good for you. And you're doing other stuff too.
Right. 18 countries in the Spanish world I'm speaking to. I just spoke in Argentina.
Wow.
I'm not really there.
Spoke in our,
Yeah.
But Zoom, right?
But pretty amazing.
Incredible.
Not through Zoom, virtual, and then, like thousands of people are coming to this thing.
Wow.
So it's in Spanish. We're giving away courses in Spanish. We're giving away small group things in Spanish. That's pretty remarkable. Doing short form videos, because that's what the next generation wants.
Right.
So we're creating short form videos. We've increased the focus on helping pastors during this time especially. And we have a Healthy Leaders Division. Chris Cannon runs it.
Yeah.
One of the things that he threw at me, 83% of pastors say that they do not have one person they can talk to feel safe.
Yeah.
So he's in front of literally 100 pastors a week in one section, something else, 300 pastors a week, he's dealing with, and they're dealing with tough stuff on their own marriages because they don't feel safe.
Yeah. So HomeWord has done incredible ministry alongside pastors and ministry leaders. What else is going on? I mean, it's incredible already, but there's more.
Yeah. Well, we've got 2 initiatives that I'm excited about right now. And again, it's part of the pivot.
Right.
So we are putting something that we call HomeWord Digital on. And we'll do it this month. And HomeWord Digital means that we're taking 3 courses that we did, and now we'll have 15 courses.
Whoa, okay.
So we're putting it, online. We have something called Trainers, and they fill up. And people come from all over the country, some from other countries. We train them with our content. Well, now we're putting that online.
Awesome.
And so we'll be able to reach more people in the digital world. That's just an awesome thing. We're going to do a marriage conference, all digital. So those are just great ways of us making that pivot, and I'm excited about it. It costs some money, but I am excited about it.
Well, and I love that God is increasing the reach and the impact of HomeWord in the middle of a crisis. Like, these things are bubbling beneath the surface, and now they are exposed.
Yeah.
And HomeWord is ready and there to
Yes.
meet parents, meet families, meet marriages in the gap.
Yeah, you're
It's
right.
incredible.
Right.
All right, so each year, wonderful people participate financially in HomeWord. They give, they serve, they help families, they get the mission of it, and it's extraordinary. So last year, were there any highlights? Were there any great ministry experiences? Like, fill us in on some of the stories of what happened.
Well, you know what? There were tons. One was doing life with your adult children. You're almost there.
Oh, don't remind me. I have a kid in college already. I feel
Right.
so young.
And what we found was that it hit a nerve, it hit a core for parents of adult children.
Yep.
They've been parenting a certain way for about 2 decades of their life, and all of a sudden that changed. So we put a book out, a course. We even did, which is kind of fun, we did an infomercial nationally.
Like
6 different
ShamWow,
times.
you got to
Well,
do
it was a little different. I didn't do the ShamWow thing. But
you get to parent your adult children.
And I wore pants for that.
Okay,
but I
good,
remember
good.
from a little earlier there. But that was amazing. When the book came out on Amazon, 3 different topics, number 1. We didn't see that coming. So it's been a great year of trying to help parents of that. At the same time, we care deeply about the next generation. Then I would say the other highlight for me, and people put a lot of money into this, was refreshing your marriage.
Yes.
We let anybody into these. It costs money, but it's also a way of doing it with scholarships. And it was shortened with COVID.
Right.
But it's amazing to have people like Doug Field speaking. I think he's one of the finest speakers in the world when it comes to marriage. Megan Hutchinson, who you also know.
Yes, I love Megan.
Phenomenal communicator.
So wise, so much energy.
Yeah, and great to have a woman's perspective in this. So, and I get to come along with them, but I kind of feel like I'm tagging along.
And you're also there. That's not totally fair, Jim, but we're going to let it slide.
But it's an amazing experience to see life change. And then we get the privilege to hear about the life change. And, that matters. People invested, and we're seeing life change. When it comes to marriages, our goal is to keep the 1% initiative in front. What that means is if we can lower the divorce rate by 1%, Josh, 1%, then that means that we have 1.5 million kids staying with their parents as opposed to the split up. That's incredible.
That is.
And it's possible when you give them the kind of content that we
1%.
give.
With a massive impact.
Yeah, pretty amazing.
Well, and Jim, I'm going to just go a little personal. I have a buddy, his name is Justin, his wife Kristen. They went to one of your Refreshing Your Marriage conferences, and they have a good marriage. They're working hard on it. They're followers of Jesus, all that. But they have a couple little kids and an enormous amount of stress in their life. It benefited them greatly.
Great.
So on behalf of Justin and Kristen and all those other people that got to attend, even the shortened COVID season, thank you for making that possible. Thank you for giving. It is a highlight. And I know from some friends that have benefited personally too.
Yeah.
So I love it.
That's great.
All right, so you're doing some remarkable ministry. There is no denying that. But you're doing this on kind of a smaller budget than many people might expect. How are you making those dollars stretch? And tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I think people do realize that they think we're bigger than we are.
Yeah.
And people do realize that it takes money, obviously, to do ministry. And so that's probably one of my concerns right now. I mean, during COVID, our income has not been as good. We promise to people that we will do as much ministry as money comes in. So we're not going over. I know people right now who are crashing and burning with ministries like ours because they're continuing to spend the money. And I'm hoping that this virtual benefit helps us financially so that we can go on and do all the great stuff we hope to do.
Well, and if we connect this to your earlier conversation, the pivots, God is doing incredible things.
Yeah.
Like lives are being changed. The impact is far greater than you ever had expected. So the money will go even further and have a deeper impact than ever before.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Absolutely.
Well, Jim, it's awesome. It's great to hang with you. I got to tease you at the beginning of this of the benefit by saying some jokes about you, but I respect you greatly, and you're one of my people that I look up to, and your impact it's impacted me as a dad and as a father and as a husband, and so thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for being and leading HomeWord.
Hi, my name is Scott Benson. I'm one of the pastors at Friends Church in Yorba Linda, and I have got to tell you, there are so many things that my wife and I love about HomeWord. The resources and the website, but what we love the very most is right here on the t-shirt, Refreshing Your Marriage. For the last 6 or 7 years, my wife and I have had the opportunity to attend the event. We love the inspiration and the encouragement, the instruction, and the fun of just being together. And this past spring, we had the privilege of being able to host the event. Upwards of 250 of our couples were able to be there. And when you think about the trifecta of goodness that is Jim Burns and Doug Fields and Megan Hutchinson, I've got to ask you, does it get any better than that? So we are very, very grateful for HomeWord.
I am a big fan of HomeWord. Through the years, it has been such a blessing for my parenting, for my marriage, that I have so many words of appreciation. I really love that HomeWord has very clear that family is God's plan A for the discipleship of the new generations. Thank you, HomeWord.
I'm Courtney Wilson. I'm the kids pastor at Christ Community Church in St. Charles, Illinois. When everything moved home this year, it became abundantly clear that strong marriages, strong parent relationships, and strong families would be the cornerstone to building faith in the next generation. And that's why I am grateful for the ministry of HomeWord, that I can find trustworthy, relevant resources for the families in my congregation and also in my own parenting journey.
Hey, this is Albert Tate. I pastor Fellowship Church out here in Pasadena and Monrovia, and I tell you, I love HomeWord because they have helped fine-tune my marriage. Not just folks that go to our church, and not just through the conferences that I've been able to be a part of with them, but just personally, our marriage is fine-tuned. If it wasn't for HomeWord, my stuff would probably be so out of tune, it'd be hard for my marriage. But the way that they've intentionally created spaces for us to go there with our spouses in tune and aligned to the Word of God. Nobody like HomeWord. Nobody like them.
Hey, we're John and Deanna Ramsey, and what we love about HomeWord is, those really stressful moments in parenting? Well, HomeWord gives you tools to make those easy and fun and memorable.
Yeah, I will say one book in particular we are so grateful for is Jim's book, How God Makes Babies.
Totally.
So grateful to have this incredible resource that we've been able to use with all of our kids just to start at a really young age having healthy conversations about their bodies and their sexuality. So thank you, HomeWord. We're so grateful to parent with you.
Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Gerald Zawo and I'm from Zimbabwe, currently based in Burlington, Iowa. I just want to give a shout out to Dr. Jim and all the folks at HomeWord for all the work that they're doing with families. Now, I've been involved with HomeWord since the youth worker trainer of trainers way back in the day. And that really helped me in my youth ministry days. And now as a ministry, as we're launching into family ministry in Southern Africa, the family ministry trainer of trainers events have been priceless in helping us to get set up for success. So let me thank you also for supporting HomeWord, because your support enables us to get the training that we need to help families succeed in Africa. God bless you.
Hey, I'm Tommy Woodard. This is my best friend in the world.
My name is Eddie James, and we are the Skid Guys. HomeWord Ministries, hello, how are you? We were with you last year.
Yeah.
We wish we could be with you this year.
We really do. Very special. You mean a lot to us, Homeward Bound. You and all the folks that focus on the family and the things that you do are a great help, so thank you.
This isn't Focus on the Family. This is HomeWord Ministries. It's not Focus on the Family. This is Jim Burns, Doug Fields. We were with them last year, had a great time, great evening. It was a wonderful time. So we wish we could be with you again, but these are unprecedented times, so we hope that y'all are doing well. Thank you for what you do for marriages and ministries. It really, really means a lot.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Dobson, for the books.
Why are you going there? No. Thank you all for what you do. Doug Fields, Jim Burns, thank you for creating this and such a ministry that helps families. It impacts us as well. It's the ripple effect, so thank you for what you do. Hey, we have a video for you guys called Love Words. We hope that you like it. We hope that it can make you laugh a little bit, point you to the Creator, and maybe remind you of what it was when you fell in love.
Yeah. Thanks again, Jim Fields.
Okay.
The ministry's great.
All right, I got it. She's gonna love it. Let's go.
Whoa, how'd you find a card so fast?
I am a speaker of lady language. I hear their voices in my head, much like Beethoven heard music.
No, I think those are just voices.
Either way, I've got a card and you don't.
I'm trying to find one with the right words. I can't find one that really describes how I feel.
Here, this one.
This one. This is the one.
Yeah.
Okay. Sugar is sweet and so is honey. I bought you this card because I had no money.
That is so you.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. It's not me.
What are you trying to say?
I need a card that says, I don't deserve you. I never have, and I never will. From the moment that I first saw you, I knew that I wanted to be with you, to know you, to understand you. I am humbled that you chose me. I have married out of my league, and there's not a day that goes by that I don't recognize that fact. And I've never taken our vows lightly. What do I say to the mother of my children, my best friend, my soulmate? I love you can just sound so cliche and trite, but it's the only words that I know. I love you. I mean, that would be a card, you know? That would be a card that I'd want to buy. What's the matter? What happened?
Don't look at me.
Okay.
Look away.
I have. What's the matter?
It's like I'm a swimming pool, and your words are like cannonballs landing. Pull yourself together, man. Attention, everybody. We are in the presence of a true wordsmith.
No, we're not.
Allow his words to be the wings on which your cards fly.
No.
I want what he's having.
Okay, we need to go. We need to go right now.
I've got an idea. We'll get those cards that are blank on the inside, and we'll write your words on them, and then we'll give them to our ladies. But we have to write in calligraphy.
I'm just going to take your card.
Wait, what was that part about the true soulmates? I need a pen. I gotta write this down. That stuff is gold. That'll give me a whole Sunday of football.
It's true. Our words always say more. And what a great phrase. And let me just take that a step further. Words don't just say more, but the right words at the right time can make the right person feel right about themselves. Wait, that was good. Maybe I should turn that into a card. At HomeWord, one of the many truths we teach others is that words matter. I mean, even the two words that make up our ministry's name, home and word, describe our mission. We aim our passion and practical help at the home, and the source of that help for the home comes from God's Word. And this past year at our Refreshing Your Marriage conferences, we've been helping couples consider how their words impact the health of their marriages as well as the formation of their children. Because words matter. Words have power. Not too long ago, I was out for a morning run. Well, it was really more of a jog since running indicates speed. And actually, now that I think about it, it was probably more like a speed walk. Anyway, I was out exercising one morning, and for whatever reason, I wasn't in a very good mood. I mean, maybe because it involved exercise and morning, and I'm just not a morning person. I don't rise and shine and give God the glory. And on this particular morning, I was feeling really down. And as I was jogging, I see this older woman at the end of her driveway picking up her newspaper. Now, pause. If you're under 35 years old, a newspaper is a large sheet of paper with news on it. Anyway, as I make eye contact with her, I'm sure my eyes said, "Oxygen, please give me a piggyback ride." And she smiled. It was a polite, compassionate, pity-filled smile, and then strung together two words that I've never combined when she said, "Beautiful morning." My first thought was, no, it's not. My second thought was, she kind of reminds me of Mary Poppins. Just a spoonful of sugar makes the... I can never remember what the spoonful of sugar does, except I do know I absolutely love Captain Crunch. Anyway, while I was walking, I kept thinking of her words, beautiful morning. And here's what happened. Before I knew it, my entire attitude changed. I mean, Mrs. Poppins was right. It was a beautiful morning, and her simple words, it got me to alter my focus, and it triggered a change in my attitude. And I was just so grateful she said beautiful morning and not, hey, slowpoke. The right word at the right time can change an attitude, but can actually do something more amazing than that. You see, the right word at the right time can actually transform a life. And I know it sounds like hype, right? But at our HomeWord parenting events, we coach parents to be very careful with the words they use when describing their kids. You've seen the mom who introduces her daughter with a modifier, right? This is my daughter, Tina. She's shy. As Tina then cowers behind mom's legs because she's heard the shy descriptor 1,000 times, and Tina's only 4 years old. Or the dad who says, this is my son Carlos, he's my wild child. And then Carlos lets out a demonic laugh and sets his sister Tina on fire. So you've got sweet little shy Tina now ablaze. But children can actually transform to the words they hear about themselves. And I realize you might be thinking, come on, Doug, yeah, really? I mean, you're giving a lot of power to words, aren't you? Actually, I'm not. I'm simply giving power to God's word. In the Old Testament, in the book of Proverbs, it says this, words can bring death or life. In the New Testament, in the book of James, the tongue is described as fire, and it's not the positive type of fire, like the tongue is on fire. No, it's more of a negative metaphor. The tongue is a fire capable of all kinds of wickedness. And my guess is that you've either seen or experienced a relationship that has been burnt to the ashes by the fire of misguided words. And my hope is at the end of this virtual HomeWord event that you'll be more interested and supportive about what we do at HomeWord and what our ministry is all about. But I also hope you'll be challenged to be someone who understands the power of your words more, and you commit to be more thoughtful for how you use those words with your spouse or your kids or your friends, or even what you say in social media. Think of your words as if they could become a tattoo. And I know that might sound weird, but think about it. You've forgiven your spouse for a misguided word spoken to you, but those words didn't disappear, did they? They were tattooed on your heart, and now they loom in the background of your marriage. But before you turn and give him or her an evil eye, we've all been on both sides of this, right? Of course. We've been hurt by the words from others, but we've also spoken words we regret. And it's the words of regret that stick around a lot longer. Now, speaking of regrets and tattoos, these images should serve as a cautionary tale for you to be slow to get a tattoo, because you want to have no regrets. You want to regret no hing. I bet this person regrets dropping out of school. And if you are going to get a tattoo, use spell check no matter what happens. Okay? Because thunder only happens when it's raisin. Anyway, who wants to live their life with regrets? Would you please be thinking of the type of wordsmith you want to be? Do you want to be the type of person who uses words to bring life or death? Remember, your words have so much power, and that silly little fable you've heard many times, it just isn't true. Sticks and stones may break your bones, but words will never what? Hurt you. That's wrong. Whoever came up with that was lying. Words hurt. Now, granted, so do sticks and stones. They're going to leave a mark, even a bruise, which will eventually vanish. But hurtful words don't disappear. Hurtful words wound, and then they re-wound. You know, recently a friend of mine told me that his first wife used to tell him that he'd never amount to anything. 20 years into his second marriage, and he's still being triggered by those words of fire that were spoken into his life. It's just tragic. And that's why HomeWord exists, to be both preventing relational tragedy and performing triage when there's been a lot of wounding. HomeWord is fighting for families and marriages and children to win. These are the primary relationships that make up the foundation and fabric of society. And we are on a mission to craft the right words that will bring healing, hope, and change. So please, prayerfully, be part of our mission to help these vital relationships through the power of God's Word and the words we use.
I love Doug Fields, and I never tire of hearing him speak. You know, it's a privilege to work alongside him, and Doug talked about the use of words today. And the Bible says that your words have power, the power to bless and the power to curse. And I'm sure you want to be the kind of person, just like I do, who desires to bless my family, to bless my friends with loving and kind words. And may our words inspire and affirm and bring joy. Well, in the next 3 minutes, HomeWord wants to share with you our blessing for you and for your family and for the next generation after you. This is a short presentation. It's done by some friends of ours in Great Britain, and it's simply called The Blessing.
The Lord bless you and keep you. Make His face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn His face toward you and give you peace. The Lord bless you and keep you.
Make His face shine upon you
and be gracious to you.
The Lord turn His face toward you
and give you peace.
You know, I get the chills every time I view that piece. And I love the blessing from the Bible that's in that song. When it says, may his favor be upon you for 1,000 generations and your family and their children and their children. This is our prayer for you today. And it's not only for you, but it's for your family, and actually it's for the next generation as well. You know, I know, and I'm sure you agree with me, that we're in the midst of a battle. And sometimes that battle is tough, but it's a battle for the family. And the battle is intense. And there are days when I just want to tell you, we feel like sometimes we're losing the battle. And then we meet people like yourselves who truly want to make a difference. And we thank you so much for making a difference in your own family and for supporting organizations like HomeWord.
Absolutely. You know, Jim and I have known each other for a long time. And when I was in 8th grade, I met Jim. And I think within the year, I finally got around to figuring out what his mission was. And it was to tell me about Jesus. And when I gave my life to Jesus, everything transformed. He took me by the hand and set me on a unique and adventurous trajectory that has changed my ministry, my marriage, my children, and now my grandchildren. And honestly, if it wasn't for ministries like HomeWord and the power of the church, I honestly don't know where I'd be today and what I'd be doing with my life. But now there's nothing I would rather do, and Jim and the board and those around us, than spend the rest of our lives fighting the battles for the family. And so today we need your help. Would you please commit to pray for us? And then actually prayerfully consider becoming a partner by supporting the mission of HomeWord. We need both large and small donors to join us in this amazing battle. Your gift will make a difference in the lives of families all around the world.
Well, you know, there was a great battle that took place in the Bible. And Moses and the Israelites were battling the Amalekites. Moses had a staff, and he would raise the staff during that battle, and the Israelites would win and be winning. And then he would get tired and he would get weary, and he would put it down for a bit, and then the Amalekites would win. And so what he did was something very smart. It was an important decision. He pulled people around him in his weariness during that battle to lift the staff, and the Israelites won the battle. And really, that's the battle for the family. We need lots of people around us.
Yeah, we need your help to help us hold it up. We need your support. We need you to be involved so together we can make a difference. So thank you so much for participating in our virtual benefit, and may God bless you.
Wow, what a great time together. I hope you're as inspired as I am to want to help families succeed. HomeWord is a great organization and worthy of your support. I know my family's in. I hope you're in too. Hey, our hope is that today you'll take the time to fill out the response card. We would love to send you some links to HomeWord's free online resources and connect with you as a partner in this ministry. Now, I know you've heard today a lot about refreshing your marriage, and we have a special marriage talk from Doug Fields that we'd love to send you absolutely free when we receive your response and we begin our partnership together. You can easily access the response card today in any of the following ways. If you're at a watch party, your host may have them right there for you. It's easy to fill it out, just like the one you see on the screen right now. Just leave it with your host before you leave. From your phone, send a text message to the number on the screen and type response. This will allow you to fill it out right from your phone. Finally, visit our website at homeword.com/2020benefit and fill out the form online, or you can download the PDF and print it in and mail it yourself old school. While you're on the website, I want to encourage you to print or take a look at our HomeWord mission plan, which gives you a ton of information about the glimpse that we've shown with you here today. And the fun doesn't stop with today's benefit. We have upcoming webinars, Refreshing Your Marriage conferences, and tons of other great benefits that are impacting our country and all around the world, which you can see everything that's happening on homeword.com. And don't forget, this event will be available to view over the next few weeks, so be sure to share the link with friends and family who might want to know about HomeWord and join us as partners for creating successful families. Thank you so much for joining us today.